If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. It is now Wednesday, and Drake and 21 Savage are dropping their collaborative album, Her Loss, this Friday, so in only 2 days, and we haven't gotten any more info on this. We're still waiting for a track list, we're still waiting for a cover art, anything we got on this. As always, as soon as it happens, I'll be sure to keep y'all updated, so stay subscribed. But today, we're further expanding on our theories and our leaks on this. If you haven't watched the video I dropped yesterday, or going over some fan favorite theories on Reddit, be sure to go check it out after this one. But today we're gonna break down on some apparently inside information. We're gonna talk about it, we're gonna break it down. Let's jump straight into this. So I gotta give a shout out to my man, that one kid Jay, on Instagram and on the Discord, that kind of gave me a bunch of this information and sent it to me over Instagram. So shout out to you, because he was a supplier on this one. But let's see what he said, because we're going to break it down, what he said and what the, kind of theories are that are out there. And then afterwards, we're going to talk about it. So let's look at this. So he said, okay, so here's a track list, and I have a snippet of a leaked song in good quality to show you a little more evidence. I don't really want to say how I got this for certain purposes, but I can promise you it's 75% sure going to be on the track list. Of course, it's there's always the source is trust me, bro, but he did give me a phone number in the next message, and I'm not going to show y'all just because I'm not sure if the phone number was supposed to go out there, that he said that I should text if I want all the proof. But it's only 2 days until the album comes out. I'm not going to bother really backtracking a lot of this, because we're going to see if when it actually comes out. But he did kind of give me a phone number as proof, the actual plug on this one. So maybe that's the reason why it's actually somewhat true. But let's continue, because after this the interesting part comes in, because he sent me a track list and we got to go through this. So this track list is actually pretty long. This track list all in all includes 18 tracks, and if you watched the video yesterday, you know that on that track list a lot of the fans were hoping for only 10 to 12 tracks, or even sub 10 tracks, and this one actually kind of disproves that. So we kind of go through this. So the first one is called Motion, which we obviously don't know a lot about. The second song is called Render My Radar with Rod Wave, and I'm really not sure how Rod Wave would fit on an album like this, but apparently we're gonna find out. The third track is called Not Close to Done. Then we have a track called No No No. Then a track called Backstroke with Future. I can definitely see Future having a feature on this album. As I said in that other theory that I went over in yesterday's video, we said that the only feature we wanted was J. Cole, and that was kind of the fan wish on that one. But on this one, we have a couple of more features. Obviously, also that kind of goes hand in hand with having a bigger track list. But let's break this down. Next one is called New Battery. The seventh track is called Her Loss, so this one actually is a title track too. We'll actually get into the name Her Loss in a second a little bit further. Then the eighth track is called Fragrance with Lil Baby and Lil Durk. So we got the Lil Baby, Lil Durk duo, the voice of the heroes, kind of, coming back in here. Obviously, both being closely, associated with Drake and 21 Savage both. Then we have a track called Sign Me Up. Then a track called Naomi with Young Thug and Travis Scott, and a lot of y'all also said under the last video that Travis Scott was obviously one of the features that y'all were looking forward to the most, so I'm happy that at least in this leaked version we have a Travis Scott feature on here. As always, I gotta say this as a disclaimer, this is not the official track list, this is a leak, this is, apparently from some source that he couldn't give me, so take that with a grain of salt and just see it as a way for us fans to come up with our own theories. But next up we have a song called Triple Me, then Another Love Song, then Been One, then a 14th track is Words of Wisdom with Jay-Z and Rick Ross. If this track is actually true, that one's going to be one of my favorites probably. Then we have a track called My Reasons, then Neatly, My Heart, and Talk Too Much. So this is the track list that he sent me. Obviously, as I said, the main differences are that there are 18 instead of the fan favorite 10 to 12 things that we went over yesterday, even though the one yesterday was just fans' wishes and not backed by anything at all. So if anything, this one would be much more likely to happen. Also, we didn't have, no features on our theory yesterday, or one feature from J. Cole. This one includes a lot more features, which I don't know if that will actually happen because there are already two artists on, a tape. And the last tape that Drake did that was collaborative with Future, What a Time to Be Alive, didn't have any features as well. So maybe he's also going for the same route in this one. Let's also look at something that he said, which is also the album title will not be Her Loss. That's just the name of a song. And this is also very interesting because why else would they put the whole title, Her Loss, album by Drake and 21 Savage, coming out October 28th, at the end of that Jimmy Cooks video? To me, that just wouldn't make sense that they would advertise this as an album, but then not have the album have the name of it, obviously. That's kind of weird to me if the only one song of them has that title. So I don't know what this theory or what this leak would say the album's title is. We don't know. But this one is like maybe the one thing that kind of throws me off. The other stuff about the track list could very well be true, but this one is kind of weird. Also, as he said, he sent me a clip of a song that's supposed to be on there. It's sounding pretty alright. It just sounds like a basic Drake leak, but that kind of adds further to the depth of this leak, to the depth of this theory. But obviously, that's not a real indicator that this is actually true. So, as I said, I do want to point this out one more time because a lot of people, I can already see the comments. This is not official. This is only a theory, but it's something to talk about. It's definitely something to consider. It's something for fans to kind of discuss until the actual track list releases. As soon as it happens, I'll make a video on it, so stay subscribed. But this is what we got so far. This is a track list, 18 tracks, a couple of features on there. Also, the album's title is apparently not Her Loss, which is kind of weird to me. And we have this one clip of the Drake leak, which doesn't have to be from the album at all, but it's kind of in there. But yeah, this is it. Now, as I said, I don't know if this is real at all. It could very well also not be true and will kind of be disproven by it when it actually comes out on Friday. Now, a lot of times also these theories are partly true. So some of the songs, some of the features that we see on this track list make it on the actual final track list, but just the majority of it just wasn't true. That could also be, how it turns out. If that does happen, at least we had some sort of idea of what was happening before, but it didn't include the whole truth. That is likely what will happen with this one as well. But yeah, this is what we got so far. Very interesting. Definitely something that I was excited to see, and I was excited to kind of give my gauge and my scope on. Let me know what you think about this. Which of the tracks that you see on here do you think would be your favorite? What feature are you looking forward to the most? Do you think this could actually be true? Do you think it is partly true? If you think it is partly true, which tracks would you think are the most likely to make it on the actual album? And what do you think about the whole thing with the album title? Is that kind of weird? Does that throw you off too, that the album title isn't actually Her Loss but something else? Kind of weird to me. That's the main thing that throws me off on this one. But yeah, all the thoughts you have on this, all the theories and opinions and any hype you got for this album, do let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.